Let's continue with part 2 to understand completely of the food chain. Regulation of trophic levels. Secondary consumers play a key role in regulating the populations of both primary consumers and plant species. This regulation helps to control the structure and composition of ecosystems. Food source for higher trophic levels. Secondary consumers may also become prey for higher trophic levels, such as tertiary consumers, top predators. These top predators rely on the energy obtained from secondary consumers, which further extends the flow of energy through the food chain. Maintaining biodiversity. The presence of secondary consumers can help maintain biodiversity within an ecosystem. By controlling the populations of primary consumers, they prevent any one species from dominating and promote a diverse range of species. Nutrient cycling. As with primary consumers, secondary consumers also contribute to nutrient cycling in ecosystems. When they consume primary consumers, the nutrients from the prey's bodies are returned to the environment when secondary consumers die or excrete waste. These nutrients can then be taken up by plants and used to support their growth. Tertiary consumers are organisms positioned at the top of the food chain, and they play a critical role in ecosystems. Here's a detailed explanation of the role of tertiary consumers in the food chain. Top predators. Tertiary consumers are often top predators in the food chain. They are organisms that feed on secondary consumers, which, in turn, feed on primary consumers or herbivores. These top predators occupy the highest trophic level within the ecosystem. Energy transfer. Tertiary consumers obtain their energy by consuming other consumers, typically animals that are at lower trophic levels. The energy they gain is a result of the energy that has been passed up through the food chain from plants to primary consumers and then to secondary consumers. Energy transformation. When tertiary consumers consume secondary consumers, they assimilate some of the energy stored in the tissues of their prey for their growth and maintenance. However, as with all energy transfers in the food chain, some energy is lost as heat. Population control. Tertiary consumers exert control over the populations of secondary consumers, which, in turn, affects primary consumers and plant populations. This predation pressure helps maintain a balance in the ecosystem and prevents overpopulation of certain species. Maintaining biodiversity. The presence of tertiary consumers can help maintain biodiversity within an ecosystem. By controlling the populations of lower trophic levels, they prevent any one species from dominating and promote the coexistence of multiple species. Top of the trophic pyramid. Tertiary consumers are at the apex of the trophic pyramid, and their health and abundance can be indicative of the overall health of the ecosystem. They are often referred to as apex predators. Cycling nutrients. Tertiary consumers, like other organisms, contribute to nutrient cycling within ecosystems. When they consume lower trophic level consumers, the nutrients from the prey's bodies are eventually returned to the environment when tertiary consumers die or excrete waste. These nutrients can then be taken up by plants to support their growth. Regulating ecosystem dynamics. Tertiary consumers can have a significant impact on the structure and functioning of ecosystems. Their presence or absence can influence trophic cascades, where changes at the top of the food chain can ripple down to affect multiple trophic levels. Before moving forward, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon. It will immensely help. Decomposers play a crucial role in the food chain and ecosystem dynamics by breaking down organic matter and recycling nutrients. Here's a detailed explanation of the role of decomposers in the food chain. Recycling organic matter. Decomposers are microorganisms, such as bacteria, fungi, and some invertebrates, that specialize in breaking down dead plant and animal material, as well as other organic waste. They feed on decaying matter. Decomposition process. When plants, animals, or their waste die or are no longer needed, decomposers begin the process of decomposition. They secrete enzymes that break down complex organic molecules, such as carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids, into simpler compounds. Nutrient release. As decomposers break down organic matter, they release essential nutrients, including carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, and various minerals, back into the soil or water. These nutrients are then available for uptake by plants, which use them for growth and energy production. Energy flow. While decomposers themselves do not directly participate in energy transfer through the food chain, they are critical for energy flow within ecosystems. By breaking down dead organisms and waste, they release energy stored in these materials, making it available to other organisms higher up the food chain. Waste recycling. Decomposers play a crucial role in waste recycling. They break down and recycle dead plants, animals, and other organic debris, preventing the accumulation of dead matter in ecosystems, which could lead to pollution and habitat degradation. Disease control. Decomposers help control the spread of diseases by breaking down dead organisms, including those that may have been infected with pathogens. This can limit the potential for disease transmission in ecosystems. Soil health. Decomposers contribute to soil health by improving its structure and nutrient content. They help create humus, a nutrient-rich organic material in the soil, which enhances the soil's ability to retain water and nutrients and supports plant growth. Support for primary producers. Ultimately, decomposers support primary producers, plants, by recycling nutrients. These nutrients are essential for the growth of plants, which, in turn, serve as the base of the food chain. Biodiversity and ecosystem stability. The activities of decomposers help maintain biodiversity and ecosystem stability by preventing the accumulation of dead organic matter, which could otherwise lead to imbalances in nutrient availability and disrupt food chains. Now we will be looking at our role in this food chain, but before moving forward, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon. It will immensely help. Humans are unique in the food chain because of their ability to occupy various trophic levels and exhibit omnivorous behavior. Here's an explanation of the role of humans in the food chain. Omnivores. Humans are omnivores, meaning they consume a wide range of food items, including plants, producers, and animals, consumers. This adaptability allows humans to occupy different trophic levels in the food chain. Primary consumers. When humans consume plant-based foods like fruits, vegetables, grains, and legumes, they act as primary consumers, directly obtaining energy from producers. This is an essential part of the human diet and supports a vegetarian or vegan lifestyle. Secondary consumers. When humans consume animals that are herbivores, primary consumers, such as cows, sheep, or poultry, they become secondary consumers. In this role, they obtain energy from the primary consumers, which, in turn, obtain energy from plants. Tertiary consumers. In some cases, humans consume animals that are carnivores, secondary consumers, such as fish or certain seafood. This positions humans as tertiary consumers in the food chain, obtaining energy from the secondary consumers that, in turn, obtain energy from primary consumers. Impact on ecosystems. Humans' ability to occupy various trophic levels in the food chain has a significant impact on ecosystems. Human activities, such as agriculture, fishing, and hunting, can influence the abundance and distribution of species at multiple trophic levels. Agricultural practices. Humans' role as primary consumers is particularly significant in agriculture, where they cultivate and harvest crops as a major source of food. The use of agricultural practices affects the balance of ecosystems by modifying land and water resources. Fisheries and aquaculture. As tertiary consumers, humans can exert pressure on marine ecosystems through fisheries and aquaculture. Overfishing and unsustainable practices can disrupt the balance of marine food chains. Impacts on biodiversity. Human activities can both support and threaten biodiversity. Sustainable agriculture and responsible consumption can help maintain biodiversity, while destructive practices may lead to habitat loss and species endangerment. Cultural and ethical factors. Beyond their ecological role, humans' food choices are influenced by cultural, ethical, and health considerations. These factors can influence their place in the food chain and determine the sources of their nutrition. I hope you enjoyed this journey of knowledge. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon. It will immensely help. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Thanks for watching.